Yoga Enlarged is a yoga class for fat people. People bigger than me, people smaller than me, people exactly my size. My friend Joyce and I created the class 3 years ago after spending countless hours in classes and workshops in which we were the fattest people in the room. Yoga people tend to be skinny, not because yoga demands or creates thinness, but because thinner bodies get more permission to bend, sweat, stretch, and wear tight clothes in public. I was the fattest yogi in any room for a long time. It didn't bother me much or very often. Perhaps it would be more accurate to say that it didn't bother me enough to keep me at home. I never minded taking that on so that someone else didn't have to. I never minded when a newcomer scanned the room and looked relieved that it didn't have to be her that day. When Joyce and I started Yoga Enlarged, we invited anyone who identified as a member of the plus-size community to join us in practice. I wonder if you can imagine the trickiness of this. As fat people, we are trained to be marginal, invisible, and inconsequential. We are supposed to be ashamed of plus-size departments and specialty shops and any size that includes an X. We're supposed to hide problem areas and eat and exercise in secret. And we're definitely not supposed to stand up and say, "Hi, I'm Angie, I'm fat," just in case anybody didn't notice. But that's exactly what we asked people to do. And to my delight, on the very first cold January night, we sold out the little room and had to be moved to the good room with the really pretty window. Since then, my yoga classroom has been filled with fat arms and legs, big boobs, big butts, big bellies with cellulite and double chins. We practice breathing. We practice making improbable shapes. We practice wearing tank tops and sports bras, revealing to each other what we have so often felt mandated to hide. But what we practice maybe more than any other thing is being okay with all of it. There's even a yoga word for this, santosha, or contentment. Being okay with how we look in yoga clothes once we find some that fit us. Being okay with getting out of breath without feeling like it's an indictment. Being okay with parts of our bodies that affect the look and feel of every pose we try. Just like the poses we do, this kind of radical self-love is a practice. Some days the practice is easy, and others it's barely possible. Like finding and holding any pose, it's a practice you do over and over again. Fine-tuning, staying with it, watching it change as you change. It's a practice measured in inches, not miles. But the yogic philosophy that resonates the most with me tells me that with all possible options available, divine consciousness chose to manifest as me. And I know that staying engaged in the practice of self-love delivers me back to the center of that truth. So today I want to put you in my classroom. And the first thing I'm going to ask you to do is close your eyes, which you're not going to want to do because you came here to look at something. But I assure you, I'm not going to do anything else interesting except talk for the duration of this performance. So close your eyes. If you're not comfortable closing your eyes, just look down at the floor. Take an unfocused gaze that allows you to stop taking in the rest of the room. And instead, feel your body. Like your real body, the one you're living in right now. Feel your feet. Feel your legs. Feel your belly and your chest. Feel your butt and your back and your shoulders. Feel your hands. Feel your arms. Feel your neck and your head. Feel your breath. Let your belly move buoyantly with the breath. Resist any temptation to limit the movement of the breath because it might make your belly seem bigger. Instead, let the movement of your belly be like a sail. Let the wind blow in to take you to the next place. Let the wind blow out when you need a break. Think about the size of your belly. What does it feel like to think about that? You might even want to put your hands on it. You don't have to. Maybe your hands would measure the size of your belly. Maybe that's a step too far. Think about the times when you haven't loved your belly. Think about the times when you've made a variety of wishes or deals with the devil or whatever you had to do to say, please just let that be smaller. And in this moment, right now, I challenge you to say, I love this belly. This is tricky. Not, I love my body in spite of this belly. But can you say, I love my body because of this belly? Try it. I want you to think of this like a push-up. The first time you try it, it ain't easy. Parts of your body, parts of your being will resist, and you do it anyway. That's the practice. Try it again. I love my body because of this belly. Watch the emotions that come up, whether that puts a smile on your face or a frown between your eyebrows. Watch it come up, and then go back to your breath. Take your awareness up to your eyes. Feel all the little muscles that surround the eyes, the skin, the lashes, the eyes themselves. Let yourself be aware of the little creases that maybe are just blooming there or maybe have settled in for a long time. Let yourself feel the wrinkles around your eyes. The marks of your smiles, the marks of your frowns, the marks of every emotion that has ever crossed your face. Can you send love to your wrinkles? Can you say, I love my face because of these wrinkles? Watch what comes up. Imagine gazing in the mirror at your own wrinkles as though they were the face of the most beautiful, beloved person in your life. Try it again. I love my face because of these wrinkles. And then feel your breath. Now take yourself into your secret body part of shame. The one that you dress to hide. The one that you don't really want anyone to see even when you're naked. Maybe even the one that you Photoshop or try to pose your way out of in your selfies. I don't know what it is, but you do. Think of every time you've ever seen that part of your body. Getting out of the shower, squeezing it into some support hose, hoisting it this way, flattening it this way, turning it to this angle or that. Think of all those instances of frustration and say to yourself, I love my body because of this. Because of my loose neck, because of my upper arms, because of my unibrow, because of my receding hairline, because of my wart on my toe, because of whatever it is, I love my body, not in spite of, but because of. Watch what happens for you inside. Feel it in your guts. Feel it in your heart. Feel it in your head. And then feel your breath. Let the breath go in and the breath go out. Let the belly be a sail that carries you to the next place. Trust that whatever practice you had is exactly the practice that you needed today. Make a commitment to do it again and get a little stronger. Slowly open your eyes and close them again, and then open them completely, coming back into this room. Namaste.